I don't think I've listened to much K-pop comebacks recently as a whole. I'm talking the title track and the B-side as well, and I want to change that. For this review, we're going to be taking a look at some of the most memorable releases so far, and trust me, some of these you have to check out. DJ, let's get it started.
Let's go!
IU is officially back after her memorable 2021 run. And as a huge IU fan, I tell you, I am slightly disappointed. Apart from Shopper and Love Wins All, this whole EP sorta lacks any charm or character that her other comebacks had. Anyone could have made Whole She, I Stan You, Track 3. In my opinion, they're all pretty forgettable. Whole She is very anticlimactic, as the pre-chorus levitates you with what makes IU distinct, her angelic vocals, and then they just make you crash on this lackluster, momentum-killing, depleting chorus. Shopper, on the other hand, is a solid anthemic synth-pop record that, with a little more oomph, would definitely be getting more praise from me. While on Love Wins All, we already know that IU's divine vocals are simply made to be on these fantasy ballads. Take, for example, My Sea, or Above the Time. Overall, this EP would most likely be forgotten in her discography. Shout out to the Hain feature though, as we move on to NewJeans' little sister.
This time I want like it's magnetic.
It is hard to talk about ILLIT's debut without mentioning the huge NewJeans influence, from the bubbly electronic soundscapes, the short song structure. Brother, even the album format is legitimately the first NewJeans EP, if you replace the first track with the NewJeans self-titled. This project is very cohesive and consistent with its soundscape. It's sort of a fusion of Odd Eye Circles' Max and Match, mixed with the short banger formula that NewJeans go for. This whole EP is sort of a guilty pleasure for me because it's not because I'm afraid to tell the homies I like K-pop. That's another thing, but because it's so formulaic that even though not a lot of creativity was shown on here, I still enjoy the tracks. Magnetic is an EDM pop banger that you can easily dance to. As we screw it, let's rapid fire through some of these, shall we? NMIXX's Dash is a hard-hitting record right off the bat, with a head-bopping hook that evolves into a compelling post-chorus. I'd love for them to change their mix pop into more of just a beat switch in order to add some more cohesion to the song, but overall, it's an enjoyable track.
You make me wanna push.
This is garbage, the harmony's excruciating.
Yeah, I'ma lay the bed in the cage.
YooA, I was expecting big things from you, but this comeback, it's not it. It's generic, safe, and just uninspiring. It's an overall lackluster single album. A very soothing, playful soundscape where her vocals are really the standout here. They're gentle, frolicsome, and complements the intimacy of the track.
I'm sweet like candy.
And as for Sugar Rush, I don't think I'll ever listen to it on my own command, but here's some funny lines that I found. I don't need a man for no dessert. I got popsicles in my freezer. Well, both tracks I can appreciate, even though they don't really suit my taste. This next one though, my god, if you're a hip-hop fan, stick around.
I'm about to join XXL, Louis XXL, bag of pants, Echo triple XL.
The most surprising, unexpected, enjoyable listen I've had in K-pop so far this year. This record has fusions of boom bap, G-funk, rage, soulful hip-hop, Jersey club, drum and bass. Bro, what? Look, let's go through this, shall we? Track 1 pulls the rage out of Trippie Redd's Trip at Night and adds an XGS K-pop twist to it. And my god, is this one for the mosh pit. Listen to me, yeah? A K-pop song that you can mosh pit to? That is unheard of. What? This track is chaotic and unforgivingly all up in your face to create a track that's full of energy. Much like the self-titled track, XXL, a modern day twist on So Taiji and Boys Come Back Home, with a similar gritty instrumental that takes you back to the 90s. This is a very loud, grimy K-pop track that demands your attention right from the moment it starts. Rookie of the Year easily becomes the highlight track on this whole EP. That includes a pitched up vocal sample that creates this magnificent, soulful boom bap record. This track is a cause for celebration. It just brings that soulful vibe into this K-pop scene. I never thought I'd see this kind of music in K-pop, but Young Posse has blown my expectations away and released this adventurous EP that has paid dividends for them. Thank God I decided to check out more K-pop projects. What the hell is the next one? I welcomed myself into my first ever ITZY album, and I'm a bit iffy on it. Track 1 sets the tone for this very thunderous record, as while the verses does fall a little flat, the chanty chorus is enough to win me over, as we move on to the title track, Untouchable.
Here we go now. I'm untouchable. 막아서지 못해 시작됐어.
One of ITZY's better title tracks, as this record commands your attention with its high-octane instrumental. It is gritty electronic music that is full of boss energy. As for the solo tracks, you won't really find anything special here. Off soundscape alone, they're a slight switch up from the group tracks, except Yeji's. Specifically UhUh's solo, this fizzy, cheerful synth-pop record, it truly doesn't belong in the album, even though it is kind of fun. Something like that. That is catchy. I will stand by that. But I am gonna shout out the track Dynamite. A track that goes straight to 5th gear and never comes back down with its revving bass. And the bounce is also immaculate with its clunky percussions. This album as a whole is very loud and abrasive that tapers off to middle of the road pop music as it goes on. And speaking of mid, BABYMONSTER SHEESH is an obnoxious melodic rap influenced K-pop song that just flat out sucks, man. This is no. Next one is a debut track from RESCENE, and is this one solid? Okay, never again. There is a fat bass here that becomes the foundation to this gritty, festive electronic banger. Give this one a listen, as you've probably already heard the next one. Everyone already knows this song, and till this day, it's a solid K-pop rendition of some Afrobeat music, and just does the job to get you shaking that don't drop that hey, don't drop that I already reviewed the rest of the SSERAFIM album, so go check it out up here. Another debut from HYBE, and it definitely brings in the summer vibes. There are multiple sprightly choruses on here, filled with the fizzy synth melodies that are just very fun to listen to. The title track Plot Twist is a lighthearted song that includes this very rhythmic instrumental beat drop, while First Hooky, a favorite of mine, has a vibrant soundscape with some very cheerful ad-libs. There's nothing exceptional on this EP, nor even original, but the upbeat atmosphere of this whole thing definitely warrants a listen, as we move on to our final review. Personally, I have never listened to a full TWICE project before, and so when I heard this for the first time, my god was it surprising. This EP is filled with electro synth pop bangers, with multiple addictive choruses for me to latch onto. One Sparks' chorus is Euphoria on a Highway, with synth chords that sort of condensate like water into the atmosphere. UhUh has this nostalgic, wistful dance groove that when paired with the majestic vocal whistle, I'm dancing and crying to this track at the same time. Get the hell out of here. Never again, never again. The first 4 tracks of this EP is stellar, but while the last few tracks aren't really my cup of tea, it doesn't really evoke much emotion in me, unlike the first 4 tracks. This new TWICE comeback might have a few future classics on its hand. And if I never listened to these projects, I would have never been able to find these hidden gems, such as UhUh, Rookie of the Year, and Dynamite. I need to listen to more EPs and projects as a whole. That's what I've learned from this experience. And so I guess DJ, we'll see you on the next one. Yo, what would you rate the cut? 1 out of 10? Don't give me a 1, please.